It was a quiet night in Minnesota. In the peaceful suburbs of Brooklyn Park and Champlin, neighbors were finishing dinners, kids were winding down from Friday activities, and streets were calm. But something sinister was already unfolding, something far from ordinary. A person, masked behind the false authority of a police uniform, moved with violent purpose. This wasn't a random act, nor a spur-of-the-moment crime. This was orchestrated, intentional, deadly. At a Saturday morning press conference, Governor Tim Walz did not mince words. He called it what it was, a politically motivated assassination. His tone was heavy, his expression grim. Minnesota was grieving, again, but this time, the pain cut deeper than policy or partisanship. It touched the very core of public service. State Representative Melissa Hortman and her husband, Mark, are gone. Their lives, their voices, their shared laughter in the kitchen, their dreams for the future, all taken in an instant. The couple, well known in their district, represented more than policy proposals and votes. They were community builders, parents, mentors, neighbors. Just miles away, another nightmare was unfolding. State Senator John Hoffman and his wife Yvette were gunned down in their own home. They survived, miraculously, but not without injury, trauma, and an overwhelming sense of betrayal. Their sanctuary had become a crime scene. This wasn't a break-in gone wrong. This wasn't a robbery. Authorities believe this was targeted, specific, chilling. The suspect, dressed convincingly as law enforcement, infiltrated both homes in the dead of night. He exchanged gunfire with police officers responding to the first scene and then vanished into the night, on foot. That's the part that sends shivers down spines. He's still out there, armed, dangerous, and possibly planning more. For the officers who responded, it was the kind of nightmare they train for but pray never comes. Body cameras captured chaos, a man firing rapidly, disappearing between houses, vanishing like smoke. And now, the entire state is holding its breath. Brooklyn Park and Champlin aren't used to this kind of violence. These are places where community parades and block parties still matter, where people know each other's dogs and kids play late in the yard. And yet, these tight-knit towns are now grappling with something far more sinister. The governor's words echoed with emotion. This wasn't random. This was an act of terror. The FBI has joined the investigation. So has the Department of Homeland Security. Officials are treating this not just as a local crime, but as a potential threat to democratic institutions. Because if politicians, elected leaders, can be hunted in their homes, what does that say about the safety of anyone who dares to serve? Flags across Minnesota were lowered to half-staff by executive order before noon. In the state capitol, lawmakers gathered silently, many in tears, others in shock. Sessions were postponed. No one could concentrate on legislative calendars or budget amendments. They were thinking of Melissa, of Mark, of John and Yvette, of their own families. Social media filled quickly with tributes. Former students of Melissa Hortman remembered her sharp wit, her patience, her commitment to education. Community organizers recalled Mark's quiet support at every food drive and town hall. From the president to local city council members, the condemnations poured in. "This cannot stand," one senator wrote. "We must protect those who protect democracy." But how? That's the question haunting so many. How do you defend against someone who wears the mask of the very system designed to shield you? There are now roadblocks across multiple counties. Helicopters, K-9 units, SWAT teams combing neighborhoods. Tips are flooding in, but no confirmed sightings yet. At Senator Hoffman's hospital bedside, security is tight. He's awake, talking, shaken, but grateful to be alive. Yvette remains in serious condition. Doctors are hopeful. Their children are with family, shielded from the public eye. And still, the question grows heavier. Why them? Why now? Some speculate the attack was spurred by a controversial vote. Others believe it may have stemmed from online extremism. Authorities have yet to confirm a motive. But Governor Walz doubled down. This was political. This was personal. This was hatred made real. Community vigils are planned across the state. Churches have opened their doors. Counselors have been deployed to legislative offices. This is a moment of reckoning. For too long, threats against public officials were dismissed as internet noise, anonymous emails, idle talk on podcasts. No more. Melissa and Mark's deaths are not just a family tragedy. They are a national alarm bell. Their photos now sit on altars of candles and flowers, surrounded by handwritten notes. You were brave. We'll never forget. Democracy won't die. Police believe the suspect may be injured. Blood was found near a fence. A discarded weapon lies in evidence. But the manhunt goes on. For lawmakers across the nation, this is not just Minnesota's pain. This is a warning. It is not hyperbole to say democracy itself was attacked last night. And now, as daylight returns to Brooklyn Park and Champlin, neighbors are stepping outside with heavy hearts and sharp eyes. Every unfamiliar vehicle, every stranger's shadow, it's all suspicious. Trust has been broken, but there is resolve too. In the words of a grieving colleague, Melissa stood up for what was right. Even now, we will not sit down. This is more than an investigation. It's a fight to ensure public service doesn't come with a death sentence. The perpetrator thought fear would win. But Minnesota is already proving otherwise.